You guys, so the last video you saw what 3 weeks of construction looks like. Now I'm going to recap a month of construction. Okay, keep watching. So I presented you guys with a construction timeline, and that looks like this. Yes. Now this projected construction timeline was based off the number of draws I had, which are 5. So my house was moved in 5 phases. I was hoping that the first phase would be ready by March 30th, which was me being hopeful. But it didn't. I was not upset because I knew that my timeline was, pretty hopeful. But we actually did put in a request for our first draw on April 8th, Friday, April 8th. So we were 8 days behind schedule, but I'm not mad at all. But I'm not mad at all. Not one bit. So what did we get accomplished? The first thing we went over at the HUD inspection was the masonry, which is the demo of the brick fireplace in the middle of the house. Next, we had accomplished on this first draw is the roof. The roof is on fire. Y'all, look at this beautiful roof. Next thing we got accomplished was it's called exteriors on here, but it's really the back patio. And this where it became unique because this list that we're looking at here, you guys, is different from the list that my contractor kind of formatted for me. The head inspector pulled out of different categories to make sure that it fit the categories on this list. So the categories that I had for backyard patio was only $1,900, but on here it says $2,750. So just to catch that. Next is windows. So in the windows department, we only came out of the materials. $4,000 was pulled from the loan to go towards my window material purchase. My black windows came out to a total of $7,400. My contractor, like I said, put $4,000 in, and I did $3,400 out of my pocket. There'll be another video to address my windows, how I selected who I bought it from, and the breakdown of the cost. The next category is electrical. So you guys remember how I talked about the exterior patio, how the breakdown on the sheet between my contractor and I, the cost was different. I thought it was going to be $1,900, but it's actually $2,750. Well, the same thing happened in the electrical budget line item. I thought it was only going to be $12,900, but after the HUD inspector pulled every electrical line that my contractor gave him, my actual budget is about $18,300. So we're pulling out, though, only $12,000 because the electrical hasn't passed city inspection. They really are just, as you see in this video right here, just installing stuff. So there hasn't been proof of completion. So my HUD inspector was only comfortable giving about a little bit more than half, but about half of the amount. The next item is insulation for $1,640. So the other sheet that I keep showing you guys, that was the sheet that I got from the contractor for the job. It doesn't have a line item of insulation, but when the HUD inspector transferred it to the loan document, he pulled out money for insulation. So I'm just trying to keep you guys how I learned that we're really going off of the loan document that the HUD inspector put into my loan for this 203K loan. So just wanted to keep you guys in mind. But yes, we have bought the insulation and we haven't finished it, but you guys can see here it's laying all around and it's going to get done. We're almost done, but not quite, guys. The next bucket is miscellaneous, which was for $7,774. This bucket in total was taken. Just want to share what it includes, because it covers 2 categories in my other sheets that I had. But he broke out all the demo work and said it was $6,169. And he also put the fungal treatment in here, which was for a total of $1,605. So this whole bucket got dispersed because all of this was completed. So today is 4/6. I'm doing my first HUD inspection, where I get my first draw, and I have the HUD inspector here, my contractor, and we're just gonna walk through the things that we say we got completed. My contractor and I walked through the house with the HUD inspector, explain what we completed. He has his list in the money buckets next to them, and we walked through the numbers together. I also brought my projected construction timeline and the cost next to them just to confirm the numbers. As you guys can see here, there's some contingency items, so let's go over that. As you guys know, my contingency bucket is about $14,400. On our first draw, we asked to dip into that for $5,800. And here's a list of items that we said we went over on. So all in all, you guys, the $5,800 plus the $41,367 is what I took for my loan. What you guys see here with the less 10% holdback. So the total bucket and amount that we pulled was $45,964. But for my loan, they always hold back 10% of all of our draws until the end of the project to be dispersed. So we will only get a check for $41,367 plus the $5,800. So this is what all has been completed. Now my windows are in back order, so they're not coming to my property until June 1st. And pretty much the windows have, like, you know, to cut in the wall and bring them out and put the new ones in. It's just a lot of work. What is the plan in the meantime? Because we're already halfway through April, a whole month of May. We're gonna be doing little stuff in the home, but like you really can't paint the walls because you'll have to repaint once the windows get in, or do stucco because you have to re-stucco once the windows get in. So it's just like things like that you can't really do, but we can do other items. Like maybe I'm gonna show you guys a video here where maybe we can drywall this wall right here, but it would not make any sense to work on the wall with that sliding door because we have to replace that sliding door. So items that my contractor and I decided to work on in the meantime, since the windows are taking forever, I have to get my sewer lateral done. I'm going to be shopping for bits for that. The water heater isn't broken per se, but I do want to look into replacing the water heater. And the game plan is for the next 2 weeks of April, the last 2 weeks of April, I need to finalize what my kitchen design is going to be and what my bathroom designs are going to be. I should be pretty much finalizing like all my finishes. And then May 1st, to have a list of all the items that I want bought for sure for the home sent to my contractor so he can get that ordered. So during the month of May, all the items can be shipped to the house. And so once he gets in the windows, everything's already in stock at the house, and we're just going through and just putting everything in its place. So yeah, that's been what's up with me, you guys. So I've had my first city inspection. I've had my first HUD inspector where I got my first draw, and it does take a little time. So I want to read off to you guys what the expectation is for when the money gets here. So they don't do direct deposit, but they do cut checks on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they usually try to send it out within 3 business days of the receipt. It only takes 2 days to get to you. So it is a process, but it's not too bad. So there is a little lapse. Now, the direct deposit might just be with the lender that I went with. Maybe a different lender offers it. Obviously, someone does offer it, but my lender only does checks. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Like, and it's crazy because once I learned about the black windows, how long they're going to take for production and to get delivered to the house, a little piece of me was kind of like sad, but since like at the top of the journey, my contractor prepped me for July 15th end date. And even with the windows taking that long, it's still gonna arrive around that time. It's like, okay. And then how I'm just like really honestly, like you guys, how God made me, not made me, but like his timeline was that we didn't get to start construction until March, and I got my keys in December. That taught me like his timing is everything, because I was able to save up money during that time. I was able to chill. I was able to shop around without stress. And like I'm telling you, the hardest thing about my journey right now is like having to make decisions about every little thing. And it's like, so looking back, it's like that time I had between December and March, I really just didn't have to make any hard decisions then. It's just like brainstorming, shopping, and just looking at things and thinking about things. Now that I'm in the midst of the journey, it's like, oh, decisions to be made. So to have a little slow down period, I will say it is kind of nice, especially since I don't have like my kitchen design. Like I don't have it completely bulletproof figured out yet. So these last 2 weeks of April is a blessing that I can just have time to just figure SHIT out. Bathrooms and kitchen, hopefully the designs will be in stone by May 1st. So, all right, guys. I can't wait to take you along on my journey of trying to get these kitchen designs and these bathroom designs. But for that, I will see you next Wednesday. All right? Comment below emojis of showers, heads with the water coming out, or bathtub emoji if you made it to the end of the video. All right? See you guys next week.